Wandering Winder here, deciding to do some spectating commentary on a match between Lemonspawn and Neqativ. This match started 15 minutes ago, and almost nobody else is here because they're all watching uh, a different match that started an hour earlier than that, I think, is the main reason. So I don't know what's happened in this game. I really just jumped into it. I'm assuming this is the first game. I think they're playing a 6 game match. Yeah, there's one other person looking. Hey. Um, Looks like there have been mills and curses from witches. This all makes sense. Fishing villages. This all makes sense. It's a very close scoring. Oh, also a bunch of provinces. Close scoring affair. Guard dog works well with mill and fishing village. So all those things make sense. You want to remodel curses into estates, I guess. I mean, you're going to discard 2 here. The question is just which 2 do you discard? And I don't know. I mean, there's options for any of them. I guess you could not discard 2 here. You could try to hang on to the province so that you can remodel province into province and then buy a province and win. That's one possibility. You could hang on to curse so you could remodel it. Okay, it looks like you're going for this plan, and you do get there. So yeah, this is going to be a win for Neqativ. Seems probably like it was pretty fortunate, but it works out. Yeah, looks like their deck was just a bit better in almost every way. Lemonspawn had fewer curses, but apart from that, right, the horse traders, more fishing villages, more. Yeah. First player may have contributed to a lot of that. But here's the first game in earnest. Sonavanto, Mint, maybe. There's Bridge Scepter. I mean, Sonavanto could come into play. Probably it would mostly come into play off of, uh, well, you want the Avantos. But I think I would go Masquerades and Plazas, really. You're going to want a lot of Plazas if you're doing that, though. You're not going to have enough actions. Maybe you get a camel train and, like, exile a few of the Sanas. I don't know. It's hard to say. But I think the thing is, if you're going for Sanas and your opponent is going for Plazas, it's going to be advantage them, I think. So Masquerade Plaza makes a reasonable amount of sense to me. Ooh. Okay, so if you got the mint off here, it would be massive, but you're not going to get the mint off because of this pass. Oh, actually, Lemon's going to get the mint off now. Except they're going to have very little money if they do that. I'd still probably do it, but I'd probably hold on to one of these coppers here. So your next hand is copper, 3 estates, and plaza. So what I would do would not have been that. Oh, it's 2 coppers. Great, because you got past one. Okay, yeah, this is actually probably fine then. Um, Not a great draw here. I would discard, yeah, because you need to get a silver. Buy nothing. I don't want to mint a copper. Yeah, 2 coppers is a reasonable amount. Pass estate has got to be better than pass mint. But you'll be good to go this turn. Buying a silver. In fact, you might not even need to take the silver. You discard the copper here. You play the mask. You pass estate. Actually, you really won't because you're getting past another copper. Very fortunate for Lemon here. Um, right. Now do you buy... Ooh. I'm not sure about Scepter. Oh, actually, no. That's probably very good because there is mint in your deck. And so you can start minting Scepters. And then buying bridges and plazas, pretty much. Maybe a small number of bridges and a lot of plazas, probably. And Lemon just looks to have a massive advantage here to me, largely based on the huge mint and then all the very favorable passes. So this would be plaza, discard the copper. I guess it doesn't. Or maybe don't discard. Maybe do. No, probably don't. You, this way you can mint the scepter and then play the masquerade and draw the scepter. Pass the estate, trash whatever you get past. Yeah, I think you trash a copper here, mint another scepter, and then take money and buy A plaza? Probably a second plaza is what I would go for before the bridge. This seems wrong to me. I want another scepter. And it looks like Lemon is realizing this now. And now you take the money. And do you take Plaza or Mask or Bridge here? I mean, you're going to need more draw as well. So it's all a little bit sketch. I might just go after the bridge and decide I'm not going to play the mint this turn. But it's tough. Yeah, like this is not great. Now you're going to want, I mean, obviously going to pass the copper. I guess you could mint Scepter here instead of playing the Masquerade. And that way you're not going to draw the Plaza Bridge dead. And you're going to have something to pass next next turn for sure. So you like mint Scepter, and then you either take another Scepter, or I think you would actually not take another Scepter, but instead take probably a Plaza, although it could be a Masquerade. But the idea is pretty soon you're going to play a bridge and then scepter it a bunch, and then buy a bunch of plazas and masquerades. Or maybe not masquerades, because you could just buy hounds instead, and they're roughly equivalent, because you don't have much to pass left. So we'll see what Lemon decides to do here. Also could just be a masquerade play, but I think I like the mint play better, mostly because the bottom of this shuffle is pretty set up well, and I don't really want to draw into it. Yeah, and then you go money here and money and buy. Yeah, okay. I like this play a lot. Pass the copper. And you're in incredible shape still as Lemon. Although I think it's Lemon's pawn. So I guess the noun would be pawn in that. Drawing the estate is quite bad, you would think, because, well, for a couple reasons. But here I'd probably go like double plaza, double hound, possibly triple plaza and one hound. I don't feel compelled to take another bridge at the moment. I'm leaning to double plaza, double hound. So part of the issue is you don't have anything to pass in your next turn. I guess you probably pass the mint. Because your next hand is what? Plaza, scepter, scepter, masquerade, mint. I think I would rather pass the mint than a scepter. Yeah, I think I'm going plaza, plaza, hound, hound. Okay. Goes for a sauna, which I don't like at all. So I would expect a treasure to get discarded here by Neqativ. It's just a question of you discard the silver because you want to mint, and you want to keep the silver around, or you discard a copper and buy other stuff. I guess you could also discard nothing if you want to trash the silver, and then you could buy like a masquerade with your. I don't know. I think I would discard silver and buy a mint here. It looks like that's not what you're doing. But if that's not what you're doing, I'm not sure what you're doing. Scepter Hound? Okay. Obviously Lemon's going to play this here. I think I'd play the Hound. And then I'd be very sad here. Or a bit sad anyway. I'd probably play the Masquerade. Because the draw in the rest of this deck is pretty poor. I guess you could Scepter more draw. But you get this way, you get to thin an estate as well, or thin whatever. The sauna just still looks pretty bad to me here, and I would trash this copper, I think. What are the cards down there? There is a plaza. There's one plaza, one scepter, one bridge. No, two plazas. Two plazas. Scepter, bridge, estate. I believe that's the hand. Which is an okay hand. It's not a great hand, because it doesn't have much draw in it. Place the plaza again. Can't say I like that. Drew another scepter. I mean, I just want to take money here, not draw anymore. Because I'm very concerned about my next turn draw. And ooh, do I have enough villages? Okay. I wanted to drop by another draw card there. I was worried about having a sufficient number of villages. I guess you're worried about the village split. Okay, this is a good draw. A very good draw. Very, very good draw. Again, I want to trash here. But I really want to get more draw. Okay, you play the hound, of course. You're going to mint a scepter because they're still good cards for you. And then you're going to play all the rest of the scepters on bridge. I guess if you knew there was a scepter down there, maybe it's worth drawing it. You're going to buy the last plaza, and you should buy some draw cards here. I mean, maybe you're going to like buy out the plaza, the saunas here. You could buy like 4 saunas and an Avanto. You could do worse than that. But I think I would rather buy a plaza and then some hounds. Maybe a scepter, like plaza, scepter, hound, 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 or something. But I definitely want more of the draw cards. I guess actually, as long as you get one, maybe you're okay. Because you can just keep sceptering draw cards. Maybe you're going to go like plaza 4 scepters. But you need to play the bridge in your first actual action phase, so I'm still not entirely convinced. Again, I'm on passing the mint here. I just believe it's the worst card in the hand. You don't really need that many more scepters. You can get them otherwise. Yes, that is the pass here. Lemon's still got to be way ahead. It's going to be a hound, plaza. And then you discard the copper because why not? You play the mint on the scepter. You play a bridge. Figure out what you're doing with your life. I don't know what you're sceptering. It's hard to give advice for Neqativ here. I don't love exactly the way that Lemon has played this, but on the other hand, I don't know. Here is Neqativ. You probably like take the last scepter and 2 hounds or something. And the reason for that is your best chance of winning is probably just winning short on a quick 3 pile. If Lemon doesn't have a good turn this turn and you have a good turn on your turn, then you can win. And if the game goes 2-3 turns, you're almost surely going to lose. Goes for a province, but I don't like that as much. So yeah, here's the issue. Well, maybe this is going to work out. No, it's not. Here is exactly the issue for Lemon, and that is you didn't draw the bridge, so the rest of your hand does very, very little. You're probably going to win next turn. This is part of why, as Neqativ, I didn't want to take the province. I wanted to go lower piles more. Because, like, if you would have done that, right, if instead of a province, you would right now have a scepter and a hound, you could have gotten the hound anyway, but you'd be looking at, well, I mean, I guess you'd be looking at Lemon taking a province, so maybe it doesn't matter that much. At least take the hound, though. Lemon might still take a province here. Um, does Neqativ have enough gains now? And that's the other reason to maybe delay the province, right? Is you might need to get more scepters. Or you might need more scepters to have more bridge plays to be able to actually pile. But yeah, I do think I like that as Neqativ. Ooh, okay. Now hold up. Plaza. Okay, not a good draw. Um, yeah. Again, I want, like, now I might want Scepter Duchy Hound, though it starts to all look a bit harder to actually reasonably have a chance here. You're just going to take another province and 2 hounds. Yeah, I suppose that's kind of reasonable. Oh, you're going to dud here, and that's, yeah, which was maybe knowable. I don't know. Um, I think Lemon just wins this turn now. The groundskeeper not going to matter too much, I don't think. Bridge, the masquerade plays can't really hurt you, right? If you're winning this turn, it certainly can't. Okay, same thing here. I'm a little surprised Neqativ did not. Oh, I guess they had the collision. I was going to say I was surprised they didn't pass the estate, but I expect they'll pass the estate now. It's not going to matter. 100% doesn't matter. I don't remember what this last card in Lemon's deck is. It's like a hound or something. Yeah, but just 7 bridges is definitely enough to win. In a number of ways. You could go scepters and hounds and score, or you could just empty the provinces. Yeah. Just so far ahead off that early mint. Oh, hey, I have sounds on. Cathedral. Whoops, that's not the right button. This is the right button. Yeah, yeah. Spoils is this if you don't know. Um, right. Cathedral Overlord looks pretty natural to me. And you prefer having the 3/4 over the 4/3. You have everything you need here. Way the Monkey is extra gains. Sculptor's also extra gains, but in a different way. I don't want to take too many overlords, but I just think early enough. Overlord's got to be good enough. And then, yeah, you're just going to play a bunch of masterminds, which can be your draw and your, like, kind of everything you need. You can go for Saunas. They seem pretty bad to me because they don't do anything. Avantos do things, but the Saunas don't. So I wouldn't expect that. I would expect you to just take, like, whatever cantrips that you can then mastermind these cards or whatever. But yeah, you're going to want to, like, really power through the masterminds, which is going to take a little while, but some sculpting can get you there. Probably Bandit Camp is a primary source of money here. Okay, both players come to the same conclusion. Bit sad here for Lemon to not get to trash an estate next turn. I'd grab a silver here. Yep. But that basically just nullifies the opening 3-4 versus 4-3. The not being able to trash an estate. I guess it doesn't 100%, but it's pretty close. Of course, the other big advantage is that Neqativ has got. Oh wow, I really don't like this sauna. I mean, I guess it thins faster, but blimey. I mean, maybe that makes it better than Innkeeper, because what are you doing with Innkeeper? Although, what are you doing with the sauna? You're just buying 5 still, right? So let's see what Neqativ does here. You could play this Overlord as Mastermind to triple hit your Innkeeper next turn. Don't think that's actually getting you very far, though. So I'm more thinking, like, sculpt another silver. And buy a Mastermind. And the 2 silvers should be enough. Then you're going to grab mostly actions. But yeah, ordering the actions is not so trivial here. Obviously, masterminding an Overlord is fantastic. Looks like Neqativ comes to the same conclusion. Are they going to buy Mastermind here? It could be that you think it's a little too early to take the Mastermind, and so you're going to go for Sculptor or Bandit Camp or something along those lines. I think I would like Sculptor better than Bandit Camp at the moment. I guess you could also take an Overlord, but somehow 6 doesn't seem enough money for me to be tempted to do that. 8, I would do it, obviously. Maybe not obviously, because it's still like I expect the masterminds to run here, and once they do, then your overlords aren't. I mean, that's actually probably fine, because then you can use your overlord to be Bandit Camp or Sculptor or whatever you need, right? So that's probably fine. Yeah, anyway, I think I would take a mastermind here. If I had more money, I would think about Overlord, but I don't think I like it just there. Yeah, Lemon buys. Doesn't trash, buys the mastermind. I like that play. This goes with this and plays a mastermind and buys another Overlord. I mean, you have an Overlord you're going to hit for sure. So maybe it's okay here. Do you buy an Overlord or do you buy nothing? Certainly don't think you buy Copper or Curse. Now I think you're kind of priced into taking more overlords, so I'm a little worried about that as Neqativ. I guess it's probably okay. You could take an overlord here, and then next turn you're just going to pay the debt. And then the turn after that, you can just buy a whatever again. I don't know what you're going to triple play. Lemon here, I would expect to probably sculpt a silver and buy a mastermind. Plays a mastermind, so you're going to triple play the sauna. I mean, you need money anyway, right? Are you going to buy an overlord here? Buy a silver, okay. I assume you're going to triple play the sauna and then play the mastermind. Some of those sauna plays, I suppose, maybe all of them could be monkey. What does drawing cards do for you? I guess you could draw the silver. And, oh, I guess you could, no, yeah, you could basically just draw the silver, which you probably will, but it's not 100% clear to me if that's quite all what you want to do. I mean, I'm expecting more bandit camp here, but yep. Sculpt a silver? And then you're going to innkeeper, draw 3, discard 3. Maybe you don't sculpt silver, maybe you sculpt some action. Draw 3, discard 3, play the overlord on mastermind, pay off debt, and be good to go next turn, hopefully. That's the plan here, I think, for Neqativ. Does sculpt a silver rather than an action. I think I like taking the action a little bit more, but because I'm a little worried, right? The way you just lose on the spot at any point in this game is if you end up with a turn that's starting where you've got a mastermind played and you have no targets for it, and you've just added a okay. This I was not expecting. I assume now. Huh. Okay. Does this mean you're going to buy another overlord? No. Okay. Well, you can triple play the innkeeper here, but that just seemed very surprising to me. I don't know. Okay, so Lemon does draw here. These cards are... I mean, you've got an issue here because you probably want to take the plus buy. I guess if you drew the silver, then this would have been nice. Not drawing the silver, and it was a 50-50 shot if you're going to draw twice. Not drawing the silver is a little bit sad. Again, I want to avoid orphaning on Mastermind here. I suppose you could draw again here. If you're only going to buy one thing, then you do draw again here. And you might trash some extra coppers off this sauna. Sauna versus innkeeper is, yeah, it's pretty interesting, which you want to do. Okay, now you take the plus buy, which suggests to me you're going to take an Overlord here. I guess theoretically it could be that you want to leave a copper and a silver on top. That doesn't seem fantastic to me, but maybe it's fine. You do buy the Overlord though. Okay, this makes sense. I think you should generally mastermind before you do the cathedral stuff. But I would expect you to just cantrip this thing, like, probably all 3 times. Again, I guess you could monkey some, but I don't want to do the warehouse option though. What is this last card? I mean, you can discard the coppers here. Should be another Overlord, right? So you probably want to draw that and then mastermind and monkey. Alternatively, I guess you could. Oh, if you're just gonna monkey, then you monkey now. You don't draw it. You leave an Overlord on top. You play this one on mastermind, and then. I mean, I'm always wondering if at some point you take beggar, and I think at some point you take beggar, but not this early. Mostly, it's like, oh, it's a cheaper thing to. Oh, okay. So you want the spoils in your deck. And you're just taking an Overlord. Okay. And maybe you just... yeah, I don't know. The sculpting... Like, I think I want to play some Bandit Camp stuff. Sculpting makes a reasonable amount of sense, because you want to make sure you have enough actions for your mastermind stuff. But, well, certainly now I'm worried about having enough money. I guess you're just gonna write off buying stuff this turn. Silver into gold off tax. Now that's not something I saw coming, but well could be good. I mean, you're gonna play this sauna. You're gonna play the mastermind. You're gonna pay off 6 debt, and you're gonna pass the turn. And now you have many more targets for your masterminds. But I have to think you want to actually gain more mastermind or get more masterminds played in general is the big thing here. Lemon, you should triple play something here as Neqativ. I don't know what the something is. Perhaps all these bandit camps were a little premature. And what Lemon's doing just makes more sense. I don't know. Yeah, this feels very slow to me, but I guess I play very fast, and these are probably games that these players care about more than I care about a random ladder game. So Sculptor is a very surprising first play to me. I would really think that you would want to draw something here. And if you want to draw something here, you should draw it before you sculpt. So playing the Sculptor first suggests to me that none of your masterminded cards are going to draw cards. Which means you're going to trash a silver. And I just don't think that that is quite what I want to do here. Yeah, anyway. We'll see what Neqativ decides to sculpt. See, and now they play the Bandit Camp, and yeah, I just think they should have done that first. It probably, like, maybe it doesn't matter. You really want to sculpt those two things anyway, then it's not going to matter. But you have a little more, if you're going to draw for sure anyway, you want to draw first to give a little more information. And like, if it never matters, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, I also find it strange to continue to um, warehouse these innkeepers, because the thing about Cathedral is your hand size is already small. So like taking more hand size decreasing, it feels like it's not getting much of anywhere, especially because you're mostly buying treasure or drawing treasures, and that's not what you want to do. Because if you don't get the Cathedral, then you gotta go like Sauna Silver. You're not doing. You're gonna have to get like another Sauna and another Silver probably. You're not doing Overlord stuff. You're not sculpting whatever. You're not. It all looks pretty bad. I mean, I guess you could go Sauna Overlord, and like if you have the 4/3 and then use the Overlord to sculpt the silvers, maybe. But it still seems a lot worse than just thinning so much faster. I don't really like all of these Taxman things. Okay, so Lemon does this here. I want another Mastermind and probably another Overlord. But I just want more Masterminds than they're getting. And I want to do better than the Taxman stuff. Like, you got, or maybe this is the time for Beggar, but you got, like, I get the hand size attack hurts, but just don't think it matters. That much. And I would rather do whatever else to help my own game plan more. Yeah, so now what I'm probably doing here, oh, well, I'm trying to remember what the last card is, but Neqativ should be way, way ahead, and I think it's largely because Lemon opened up the Avantos for the Overlords to use in a way that's very favorable and allows Neqativ to have a lot more money. You want to mastermind at least one thing here as Neqativ. This bottom card should not be a Overlord. It's also not a Mastermind, so it's some kind of treasure. Anyway, I want to play at least a Mastermind and then some monkeys, because this is 16 money right now. So I probably want to play like 2 monkeys. I'm inclined to use 2 villagers here. If this last card is a treasure, use 2 villagers here to go monkey, monkey, and then play both of these overlords on Mastermind. Buy a bunch of Masterminds. I guess this is all going to come down to, can somebody favorably empty Avantos? And honestly, I mean, maybe you do that, is you like buy one mastermind here. Okay, this seems worse to me, trying this copper. It saves villagers, but I don't think villagers are going to be important. But now what I want to do is monkey the innkeeper, monkey one of the overlords, and then play the other one to get a mastermind in play. By, in fact, maybe by triple Avanto, because you can get the masterminds later. Or you can just use the... Oh, you have 4 buys if you didn't mastermind anything. This might also be good. I'm going to trash the innkeeper here if I'm Neqativ. Uh, yeah, I think Lemon just shot himself in the foot. I don't know, wasn't looking at this line. Or something. And you play the sauna again because it's village. You absolutely play the sauna again. I guess you have to figure out whether you want to monkey it, but you can always monkey one later, right? I guess maybe not if you... I'm pretty sure... Well, I guess you monkey one now because you're going to play some overlords to play bandit camps. Last card here is gold. And then you're going to want to draw off Avanto after that. Yeah, so this makes sense. You trash that. You go Overlord is bandit camp a few times. Play a sauna to draw the last spoils. Monkey the last sauna. And then buy some stuff. Perhaps you only do Overlord as bandit camp. Well, maybe not so many times, because you want to do it at least once for sure. But you could maybe want to sculpt something to get a villager back. That seems kind of doubtful to me. Or perhaps you want to get another mastermind in play here, which seems a lot more reasonable to me. And you're gonna have enough money anyway. Well, maybe you're not. Yeah, my inclination here would be a second one is bandit camp, sauna, and then monkey the last sauna, and then play one of these overlords as mastermind, play another mastermind. And then you're going to have what? 7, 10, 11, 14 money and 9 debt. That's actually not a great amount. So maybe you need to take the last bandit camp also. Or I guess you could sculpt a silver here. Or sculpt a beggar. Okay, you're doing exactly what I would suggested. Oh no, this is actually fine. This is fine. This is 10. I miscounted the money. I missed... No, it's exactly the money I was saying. 14 money and 4 debt, so you can buy 2 5s. So I want to buy a mastermind, and I'm not sure what the other card I want to buy is. And then I'm probably going to buy a copper, which I expect to be able to trash. It could work out poorly if you draw like all your stop cards, but that's so unlikely. I don't think you can really play around it, especially because I think you're pretty far behind if you're Lemon still. One Avanto, you know. Well, maybe you're not as far behind as I was making out earlier, though, because you do have more masterminds coming in. Neqativ doesn't have any masterminds this turn. Goes Mastermind, Sculptor, Copper. Okay. So, did trash the Innkeeper. Bandit Camp Avanto makes sense. I would play another Bandit Camp right now, I think, off this Overlord. And then this one, I'm probably going Innkeeper, Warehouse. I mean, there's 3 Avantos in these 6 cards. It's a bit unlucky to not have drawn another one. It's also a bit unlucky to have drawn 5 actions in your starting turn. It is Innkeeper. It is Warehouse. You play the Avanto. You're going to play a Village now, I suspect. This just feels like it unnecessarily wastes a villager. Oh, I guess this would be a way that it doesn't. So now you're going to buy double Mastermind here. I don't think I would have played the other spoils there, but maybe. Certainly expect double Mastermind here. I mean, I guess you could Province is not the craziest thing ever. You could Overlord as well. Although, yeah, maybe Overlord is just better than the other Mastermind, because at that point, are the Masterminds really going to run out on you in a way that matters? Because by the time they do, Overlord is a third pile, and you can probably empty it. So maybe Overlord is probably the best call here. The only way it's worse, of course, right, is if Masterminds run out. I mean, I guess it doesn't. So here's another way it's worse, right? Now you can keep the spoils and go double Mastermind and then keep the spoils in your deck, which could be an advantage. Oh, you're going to go Sculptor. Interesting. Okay. So you triple play Sauna. I assume you're going to triple play Overlord here. This seems worse to me. A lot worse. I mean, the only way this makes sense is if you're planning to, with this Overlord, play it as a Mastermind, which I guess you could do, but this just seems a lot worse now. You just lost out on a bunch of money. It is pretty sad that there's an Avanto down here, but are you going to stop here? Maybe you do stop here. If you do stop here, I think what I want to do is sculpt a beggar and play it. The nice thing is you know that there is an Avanto down here for you to Mastermind next turn. But I would like sculpt a beggar, play the beggar, monkey the 2 saunas. That gives me 12 money. I can buy Mastermind, Mastermind, and another beggar or something. Maybe you don't have enough draw if you do that. But you have enough draw next turn. And how many turns do do you think are really left? I don't know. The alternative would be like sculpt a silver, right? Or I guess you could even sculpt like an island and monkey all that stuff and buy. I mean, I guess maybe you don't buy two masterminds, but we'll see. Okay, you do draw on here. Last card is in fact the Avanto. At this point, you have one silver down there. What are we sculpting? An innkeeper. Okay. Well, we got to be monkeying some stuff here, right? Oh, you're going to cantrip this. Okay. What is this overlord going to do? Is it also going to monkey? Is it going to master? It's going to mastermind. Okay. So 11 buys you stuff. The game is pretty close to ending. Could be close to ending anyway. Beggar. I love the beggar. Not because I think beggar is some amazing card, but you can always monkey it, right? Worst comes to worst. The problem here is if you don't draw any draw cards off this Sauna, but I don't think you can afford to worry about that too much. So surely you're going to triple play Overlord here, right? I guess you might triple play Sculptor, but triple play Overlord, playing Sculptor. I'm trying to figure out if you can win. You need a lot of monkeys and a lot of gains off of Sculptors. I don't think you have enough actions effectively to do that. I also don't think you have enough money. And you're not going to be able to score enough. So I think the answer is just no. You can't win this turn. Which is fine. You should still be ahead, I think. Although, I don't know. If Lemon can find enough draw cards here, primarily you gotta want to find the Avanto. You've got a 3 in 11 chance of doing it off the Sauna. And then if you don't find it off the Sauna, you probably draw another draw card, which can probably chain you into it. I mean, I'm pretty sure I want to triple play Overlord on like all of them are bandit camps here if I'm Neqativ. And you should be able to double Province Plus pretty easily and still have a good number of masterminds in play for next turn. What you'd really like to do, and I guess this is maybe the trick, what you'd really like to do is seed a good card for next turn, which you can probably do off an innkeeper play, but is not like trivial. You'd like to seed probably Avanto. So like, yeah, if you, let's see, you play innkeeper now, draw 3, discard all 3 Avantos, Overlord draws 1 card. And no, this isn't what I wanted to do. Overlord drew 1 card, that way you have double Avanto on top. And then you can monkey the Avanto, and then you have 2 Avantos on top. You still double Province here and double Mastermind, and then you should be able to like win next turn, I think. I think that's what I want to do. if I were Neqativ here, and I don't think Lemon can take 5 provinces, and I don't think Lemon can empty piles on a win against double province. And I think that's basically was very close to a guaranteed win, therefore. I imagine Innkeeper is better than, yeah. You're just going to do this, and then this is, what, 22 money. I mean, I certainly want to at least double province. And now I guess I'm buying a couple of cards to go with it. A couple of cards, that's real descriptive. Probably Beggar. No, I don't like Sculptor as much. So Lemon has to figure out, do you want to chain the Avanto here, or do you want to triple play the Avanto? Looks like the answer is triple play the Avanto. I'm not sure how necessary that is. I guess we're going to find out how many provinces Lemon can take here. You played this normal. I mean, you think you can take at least 3. Let's see. You triple play Beggar. Oh my gosh. Are you actually doing it? Is this a win? Oh. Okay. Wait, if you triple played Beggar, you'd have... Hold on, hold on. No, stop! I'm trying to count. 11, 13. You take so much time on all this stuff, and then you're not thinking about the triple play Beggar option. Because you would have... What? 2 more money than the... 13 that you're looking at right now. So that's... No, 4 more. So that's 17. And then you could have gotten 3 more, 3 more, 3 more. Okay. I think you could have triple provinced, but not more, I guess. Which probably makes this a really bad situation for you. I don't think you can beat 4 provinces anyway, so I think I would go something like Province Duchy Island here. Which can maybe beat triple province? You'll be ahead by 7 if you do that. And then triple province is going to put you behind by... Yeah, you could definitely beat triple province with that. You could beat triple province and some cheaper stuff probably. I guess the quad province is going to get 36. If you go triple duchy estate here, that's 10 points. You'd have 18. To get to 36, you would need province, 24, and 4 duchies? You're not going to be able to do that. So I would definitely, I'm pretty sure I would go province duchy estate, or province duchy island here, excuse me. And I don't think I want to touch more coppers, because draw is going to be an issue next turn. But province duchy island, yeah, I don't know what Neqativ can do, but if they can't do enough to quad, then I like my chances. You're going to go bandit camp triple. This might lose to Quad Island. I guess Triple Overlord is probably pretty hard to come by with that. Surprised that Overlord is the first play here, but maybe it's fine. Bandit Camp. Well, hold on, actually. If you triple Sculpted Islands, and then... Okay? If you triple Sculpted Islands, and then Sculpted Island, Estate, and then triple Monkeyed, and then... Like, you're not that far off from just doing it that way. You probably couldn't quite do it that way, but... Like, again, you're not that far off. I'm sure there was a win there for Neqativ. I guess... I don't know. I still think provincing was a better shot, but maybe it didn't matter too much. Yeah, just allowing Neqativ to get all those Avantos seemed like pretty bad to me. Although first player also was probably quite large. Advance into Souk is probably pretty reasonable here. I think I want to do something Souk based. It's the only trashing. Oh, did Lemon already have a dud in hand? Maybe that was true. Maybe that... Well, that would be a real good reason to resign. My inclination here would just to be... Well, you take two actions. I'm not sure what actions I particularly want. Probably one of them is a plaza. And I just advance the other one into Souk and continue to take stuff. But I just want basically a deck of plazas and Souks, and I guess you lack draw. If you do that, maybe you want to get a war chest. They're going for remodel. Remodel doesn't particularly impress me here. Maybe my Souk whatever plan is just not as good as going for stable stuff and trying to score off. I also think a charlatan is maybe the first five, though. Certainly what I would want here from Neqativ would be charlatan. And I'll be sad that I have a remodel instead of a plaza. But that's still what I want to do. War chest. I don't love it. I suppose it's pretty hard to like double colony off the Souk plan. You can, but not like consistently every turn. Okay. So you have to discard 6 here. And I suspect that's going to be the silver and all the coppers? Question mark? Oh, you're keeping this. What? You're going war chest over, and you're advancing the. I'm so confused. Why would you do it this way? This seems a lot worse to me. Like, and you take a stables, and why aren't we taking Charlatan? I mean, now you're going to play Souk, and you're going to play a war chest. Why did we get rid of our plaza? I'm so confused. I don't understand we had a remodel in the first place, but you go war chest? No. You don't want to show them what you have. I mean, I guess it's not going to matter. So I would take like a charlatan and 2 plazas probably. Maybe just 1 in the stables. But again, I think charlatan's really good here. Because the thinning's pretty crummy. The Souks are going to run out, right? Like, you can't keep taking Souks forever. There we go. But I don't... Somehow, I've wanted to trash more than this. I'm not so big on the stables. We'll see if Neqativ... If you don't play the Candlestick Maker here, you make 2 money. You could go Plaza Souk. If you do play the Candlestick Maker, you have not that much money. Yeah, I think what I would do here is play the Souk, buy a Plaza, and advance the Candlestick Maker into a Souk. That's what I want to do here as Neqativ. Trash these estates, these ugly, ugly estates. Looks like that's what they're going for. I assume this is Souk. No! Unbelievable! I mean, it's believable. I believe it. But it seems bad. This was maybe not the greatest draw ever. For Lemon. Okay, gonna pitch the Souk there. Not sure how I feel about that. Okay. You play the Charlatan. You play the War Chest. And you're going to take a Plaza, and then we're going to play 2 coppers and buy a Souk and trash copper in a state. Or you can do it in this order, either way. But I want to buy a Plaza here, not a stables. Play the war chest before your other coppers, or before your other treasures, in almost all situations. I would name Charlatan still, I think. Sorry, thanks. It's not really going to matter with this hand. Huh. That name's Charlatan? I did not know that the interface worked that way. Yeah, definitely want to do this, and I want another plaza. I don't want this many stables, I want more plazas. I mean, I guess you don't need to trash all the treasures, and you probably want to go for mass stables, mass plazas at some point, but with some innkeepers, but and a few souks, at least a few souks. But I would have built this all in a different order. I don't think getting these stables this fast, because like the souk is econ fast, which does more, I think, honestly, for you than the stables. But particularly because if you get like you want to take the souks when you're getting trash off, right? But particularly the charlatan The Charlatan is a card I definitely want early because I want to be junking my opponent. And yeah, the curses aren't as bad here as they normally are, but they're still junk. Like, you can't handle that many coppers in your deck or whatever. You kind of can, but one Charlatan early, like, it's going to feed enough junk over the course of the game that's got to be worth it. You play Wart. I mean, you're going to take a Souk here and trash these estates. I really hope. Yes, okay. And then what are you going to buy? I think you want another Plaza if I'm you, and I'd probably then take either a Candlestick Maker or a Vagrant. I'm not sure which. But you're really worried about having enough stables, both of you, which, I mean, I guess, but like, I think if I have 4 stables, I'm fine. I think if I have 3 stables, honestly, I might be fine. Does spend for, and goes for Vagrant. Okay. So this is going to be stables. The play order of these is not the most trivial. Down there should be a Plaza and a Charlatan, I think? So you might want to warehouse the innkeeper right then. Oh, it's not a Plaza because you don't have enough Plazas. Fantastic. So you discard 3 coppers here. You play a Souk now. Actually, maybe you weren't supposed to discard 3 coppers there. You're probably supposed to discard the stables. Okay. What? Like, wait. I don't know when this comment was made. Oh, it was probably about the charlatan still. Yeah, okay. And then we're gonna get Stables Plaza here, right? You certainly gotta want another Plaza. You're advancing. What? What? I'm so confused. If you're gonna do that, trash more coppers. I guess that makes the stables worse, but this all doesn't make sense to me. And you're gonna have to regain some Souks now. Okay. Plaza. You were supposed to play a Souk before you played that stables, I think. It all feels like it's going a bit wrong to me. These play order decisions don't seem super optimal from either side to me. It's not so trivial because you want to play your Souk before you draw too much. You also need to have treasures left in your hand for your stables. So like just keeping an eye on exactly what you have seems pretty important. I mean, you got to play Souk now, but it's only 1 money and it's pretty bad. Is that the card you wanted to play right then? Also, shouldn't you have discarded the curse so that, oh, I guess maybe, yeah, maybe this is fine. No, play the war chest first. It gives your opponent less information for one thing. And that is the main thing. But and there are, I guess, some exceptions where you don't want to play it first because you want to gain a villa or a cavalry, or you're going to do some charm stuff, or you're going to counterfeit it, or something of like there are reasons. But in general, without a specific reason to play it later, wait, we're playing these curses? I thought for sure what we were going to do was to trash. Which, like, okay, you're oversooked then. I don't know. I expect this to probably be another innkeeper, maybe a plaza. So this innkeeper isn't going to do much, is it? So you discard a treasure. Surely. And you play a plaza. You discard a treasure. You play a plaza. You discard a copper. I mean, you can do this, but you're perfectly fine playing this plaza here, I'm pretty sure. I guess maybe you end up with one copper on top if you discard again. But I kind of think that might be worth it. Now you go stables. And yeah, you can either cantrip this or clean your shuffle out. My inclination would be cantrip. I definitely want another souk if I'm Lemon. So you play the war chest first. Like, I would be naming souk here. Okay. So what I want to do is gain a souk, trash 2 coppers, and then buy plaza and another innkeeper probably. I know you only have 3 treasures in that case, but I mean, I certainly want the souk. Maybe you don't trash 2 coppers, but I think I still would. You trash 1 copper. Okay. You have what? 3 coppers and a war chest for your stables. And you're going to buy a platinum and a candlestick maker? Candlestick maker doesn't. I mean, I guess it's maybe positioning for the end game. Lemon seems very far ahead to me, even before this dud. Um, Mostly because of all these curses in Neqativ's deck. You can discard this. I don't know that there's much reason to, but you could have. Okay, we discard the copper. We discard the copper. 100% discarding these coppers. Now the question is, what do we do here? We make more money if you warehouse this innkeeper. So I suspect you do that unless you've got some kind of pile out, which I don't think you do. You have 3, 4 gains, 5 gains. You're a little bit short of winning. So war chest now. And you're going to be very, very close to winning. In fact, you could probably win next turn. I'd expect something like Colony Plaza. I think Colony Plaza should win next turn. Remodel, huh? And that's probably also going to win next turn. But I like it less than, well, I guess what I'm saying when I say Colony Plaza is like Colony Plaza Innkeeper. I guess you have enough actions here that you don't need to do whatever. Sure, yeah, this is probably also quite good. The remodel I don't really feel, but like you should basically just win unless you have a very bad hand. So I guess you should set yourself up to win unless you have the bad hand, and then also try to set yourself up to not have the bad hand, and also try to set yourself up to be able to win even if you do have the bad hand potentially. And I think, yeah, what Lemon did more or less accomplishes most of that. I really suspect here, whoa, I don't think I would have discarded that many stables because I would think to myself, self, if you ain't getting these played, I mean, I guess the positive thing is that you got to do this, but if I don't get those played, I ain't winning this turn. So you're gonna play the Souk now. Maybe this is gonna work out okay. Although really, you have way too many curses and way too much junk, right? And that's going to lead to a loss for Neqativ, probably on this turn. I almost might name Duchy here. Like, do I care if you take a Charlatan, a War Chest? I'm actively happy if you take a Plaza, or a Curse, or a Souk. Maybe not a Souk. Maybe you name Souk. It's either Souk or Duchy, I think. Named the Plaza. But see, I think I'm happy if you take the Plaza. I don't know. Maybe you're still hedging against a dud as Lemon, which is fair. You can't possibly be thinking about buying Souk here if you're Neqativ, can you? You don't have time. I mean, maybe you need to have time for it, but I think you need to colony. And then, sure, Innkeeper makes about as much sense as anything. Okay, so Plaza next, of course. Okay, now check to see if we win here. 2, 3, 4 gains. We're a gain short. So, yeah, this is what I don't like about the remodel to some extent. Exactly 1 gain short of winning on... Well, I guess we're also money short? Yeah. So we're a bit more than a gain short. Yeah, if this remodel were, say, another Innkeeper, we'd be in very, very good shape. As it is, things have gone horribly wrong for Lemon. You remodel colony into colony, play Souk. That's going to make you 5 money. You can spend 3 to buy a province. And I think that's about the best thing you can do. I don't think you want to advance your stables because you're going to need them later. You're still in okay shape, I think, as Lemon. If you do that, if you take the colony here. Or the province. See, this seems worse to me. You get fewer points. I mean, you still have more tokens. But you get fewer points, and I don't think lowering the colonies is going to help. I don't think the 2 tokens matter that much either. Anyway, Neqativ definitely playing a plaza here. Discard a curse, play the souk. Easy peasy. Buy a colony, also pretty easy. Okay, so now you go Charlatan, souk, and then stables. Stables again, I think now. I think there's only 2 souks in Lemon's deck, right? If there's a third souk, you want to play the plaza first in case you draw it, but yeah, okay. Now this, and now stables a copper. Innkeeper this way, sure. Is this a win? I think this is a win. You stop, or you play the Candlestick Maker, remodel Platinum into Colony, or into Province, or into Duchy. No, Duchy maybe doesn't do it, but Colony is the most straightforward way. And then you play the War Chest. They can only deny either Plaza or Curse, and then you empty the Plazas and the Curses. This is a win. You can also cantrip the Innkeeper, or you could warehouse it. You can't do the 6/5 thing. That risks losing, but yeah, this is definitely a win. Because yeah, the point is they can't deny both Plaza and Curse, and so whichever one of those they don't deny, you take. And you buy 3 curses or a Plaza and 2 curses. You have enough points from remodeling the Platinum into Colony, and you win the game. So I don't know if Lemon doesn't see this or whether they're just checking. It is the kind of thing you'd want to triple check, because it's pretty bad if it doesn't actually win. On the other hand, it's been long enough now that I'm kind of wondering slash fearing if he doesn't see it. Good sign. I don't think you'd play that before Innkeeper. Okay. This still works, I guess you have enough money. I mean, remodeling the Platinum seems a lot easier to me, but this works. Curse, curse, curse. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not really easier. They're both exactly guaranteed wins, but this looks like Silk Silver or Silk Enchantress. 2/5 looks like Sad Sad Sad. I guess you're going to take a trading post. Maybe that's not that bad. Probably with a Haven. Haven trading post on the 2/5, not so bad. I don't think it's Silk Silk. I think it's Silk Silver. Okay, goes with the Enchantress. But like you're going to want a silver. Okay, hitting 5 again here is a bit sad. I think I'd buy a Mastermind here as Lemon. I think I'd buy a silver here as Neqativ. Yeah, eventually what we're going to do is get a bunch of masterminds. Oh, goes for the Haven. I don't like that. You're going to get a bunch of masterminds and a bunch of silks and towns. Probably like an enchantress every turn. Now you're going to buy another silk probably, right? So you have a villager. Suppose possible, like, you don't necessarily need it. Oh, you're going for the trading post. Interesting. Well, you definitely do this here as Lemon. And then I think you buy a silk rather than the town. Yeah. You're going to immediately use, this is a bad draw for Neqativ, immediately use this villager here. And be quite pleased with where your position is. You buy probably another silk here. Could be a town, one or the other. I think. I guess it could be a merchant. Goes for town. Neqativ is not in a good way here. The draws have been unkind. I still think I don't quite like the way it was. Like, I think I like Silk Silver better still. Because you want to hit 5 and yeah, it just seems, you don't have the collision chances. You get this Enchantress later, whatever. But the draws have also worked out poorly. And yeah, you're going to buy a 4 here. I guess you could buy Mastermind. Try to take it all back with one swing. I guess you could also pursue. What would you pursue? I mean, down there you have 3 estates, so maybe pursue looks more favorable because of that. There's also an enchantress down there. And what? Another silk merchant? You go after the mastermind. Okay. And then the bottom 2 cards here are enchantress and copper, I believe. This is not the right thing to set aside on the Haven. It should either be the town or the trading post. Probably the town. Well, you're going to take another mastermind here. I guess you're going to overpay for 2 of them. I almost wonder if I would have overpaid for town and silk and just bought 1 mastermind here. Particularly because your next turn is what it is. Yeah, I think I would have set aside the town here though. Yeah, like this is pretty awful, isn't it? You could trading post or stonemason the silk merchant. I think you want to play a couple of masterminds. You trash the copper over the stonemason. That's surprising. Seems bad to me. I still think Lemon's pretty far ahead though. Triple play silk here. Triple play town. I think. I guess you could triple play Haven, but then the Haven stays out. Yeah, that's not good. I think you trigger, yeah. And then now take money, I think. Maybe not. Haven away. Okay. I assume you Haven the copper. Although you should probably actually figure out what you're buying, but so I definitely want, yeah, and now I'm gonna buy a town, I think. Could be Enchantress, could be... Okay, I was gonna say could be Enchantress Merchant, but we're not doing any of that. Maybe Lemon's actually just gonna win on their next turn. It would not stun me. Although being under attack here is... I guess the second and third plays of the card still do the thing, so you probably want to triple play the Silk Merchant here. Possibly the Mastermind if you're going to try to win next turn. Okay, so is there a win here? You Stonemason Mastermind or Trading Post, let's say, into 2 silks. Play a town, you Stonemason another one into... There probably is a win. What's the third pile? Estates? Can you do estates? There's got to be a win here, right? Mason, Trading Post into Silk Silk. Play town, card action. Mason, Silk Merchant into... Actually, Stonemason is probably the easiest. Silk Merchant into, let's say, Stonemason, Stonemason. Play Silk Merchant to draw. You Mason the Masterminds. Yeah, this is an easy win. Oh wait, that's only 2 piles. So you need to be able to buy out the estates. Or actually just score enough and use the buying to get through Masons and Havens. I still have to think it's there, but it is a little bit harder to calculate. Trading Post into Silk Silk, town, card action. Mason into Stonemason, Stonemason, play a Silk Merchant. Mason a Mastermind. I mean, it's so hard to imagine it's not there. Okay. Mastermind into Mason, Haven, Mastermind into... No, Mastermind into Mason Estate, Mastermind into Estate, and then you can overpay, what, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, you need 12 money, which you have. So that would have worked. This, I assume, also works. Trash a Silk Merchant. I mean, I don't know. There's got to be a lot of ways to win here. I think you like pretty easily have it in a number of ways. Silk into Estate, Mason into Estate, or Mastermind into Estate. Silver into Estate. I don't know. Like, there's got to be... You can empty the estates and the Masons here, I assume. Yep. Now you're going to play the town. Now you're going to Mason Mastermind into... I think you have it on Estates and Masons. I think you have it on Havens and Masons, probably. have 7 money. You'd have 11. You get... Okay, you can't do it on Havens and Masons. But... Oh wait, you just need to take, like... Wait, it is still there, right? You go Mastermind into Estate, Silver into Estate, Haven, Silver into Haven, Haven. Then you have this for Havens. Okay, wait, if you go Estate, and then you take Haven, Haven, Haven. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah, Estates, I don't know, I think actually might have been easier, but anyway, it's fine. This works. This wins. Like I always say in those situations, find a forced win, it's as good as any other. No other forced win is better than a forced win. 100% guaranteed. That's all you need. Okay. My inclination would be to go Fisherman Priest here. What are we eventually doing? We could go crazy. I guess the draw is quite limited, so we're probably playing double Tactician. Take an Ironworks here. Wait, you had 5? How can I cannot count to 5? Yeah, I might go for Tactician over Royal Carriage. I'm trying to figure out if see, and this is a board where I would have thought longer, but I'm trying to figure out if you can do. You got a couple of Gallerias in play on like your Tactician turn. You're going to need to use some Royal Carriages. You trash a couple things with Priest. Also, Barracks is going to help. And then you start ironworksing like Ironworks to get more buys. And then at some point you take more priests and you get more money, and the whole thing's probably a bit too fancy and doesn't really work because there is so little draw. So you probably just end up going for double Tactician with Royal Carriages, Fishermen, Priests, Galleria, I guess. You know, one of everything. Secret Cave helps with that as well. But yeah, I do think that. So I don't want to discard here. I'm just gonna buy a Tactician this turn. I do think you go for double Tactician stuff, just without the trying to do the zany Galleria nonsense. You could just double Province off the Tactician buy anyway. Galleria and Ironworks might be useful for feeding your priests, but that'd be about it. And yeah, you get money off of Fishermen, some combination of Priest, Fisherman, Cave, Galleria. not sure whether or not barracks will be worth it. Probably not so much because you just carriage a fisherman or something. But yeah, you do want to pop your lamp pretty quick. A little surprised you called here. It is going to make it harder to pop the lamp. Guess it's not that much harder. Drew an estate because we needed to draw the lamp. Okay, yeah, gain an estate because we needed to draw the lamp. This makes sense. I want the second tactician here, and I want, well, I guess you don't need to buy the second tactician because you can wish for it. I think I might buy barracks here, but maybe that's just too inefficient. It probably is. I do think Neqativ is ahead, but I mean, I think you're just heading towards double province with like a, you're going to want an ironworks, you're going to want, I don't know. You play the carriage, you play the tactician. You don't buy an engineer, I don't think. You could buy an engineer, actually. Might do, because what else are you doing with your next turn? And it's an okay card for the deck. Like, you'd rather have an Ironworks, but it's a good wish. And this turn you can use the other wish on the other tactician. I don't want to buy an engineer here as Neqativ. I don't think you need it, and I don't want the debt because money is going to be a little pinched for a bit. Well, okay, I think that's a mistake. So you play Fisherman. That's pretty easy. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to play your Tactician this turn because you need to pop the lamp, which is probably why you really want to get the second one off of a wish. And Lemon shouldn't have bought the second one when he did. You're going to play the cave. Oh, okay. You want to discard Tactician, Copper, Copper. You're going to play the Priest. You're going to trash an estate. You're going to play the Engineer. Do you pop the Engineer? I'm not sure. Probably depends on what you want to buy. Anyway, I want to gain a cave here, and I probably want to gain... I might hold on to it. Okay, you want the money. Or it gives you money anyway this way. That is more caves than I want. I don't think I need 3 caves. I expect this to be like double royal carriage. Goes for Galleria already. Okay. So you're going to play this carriage. You want to wish for another carriage, I would guess. Certainly I want to wish for a tactician. That's the thing I know I want to wish for. Ironworks is going to gain a cave. Wish for tactician, priest and estate. Probably keep, actually maybe you priest the copper. It's probably better to priest the copper because you're never using the money because you're always playing a tactician. And so the estate's just worth more points. Obviously, it's not worth more points than the last copper, but you have quite a few still here. You aren't going to have that much money this turn, so maybe you don't ironworks the cave here, and instead you buy the cave because you're only going to have 3 money after you play priest tactician. Gain another ironworks, which seems premature to me. I would have rather had either of... Oh, I didn't realize you had these carriages down. Never mind, never mind. I still think I would keep at least one estate, and probably both of them, though. You want carriage cave or something? I still am not sure, though. You need to make sure you have enough draw. I guess the cave is actually probably not going to be so good for you, because you're going to be so thin. Although you can rebuy coppers if you need to, or curses. Curse is worth more points at this moment. It's not really going to matter. Yeah. Priest econ is what you're going for, and this makes sense. Did buy a carriage, didn't take more. Did not take more coppers or curses. More food for the priest, which I think is right because I don't think you need that as yet. You can't discard here really, because you don't want to call a carriage. You want to play the tactician. I think you just stop now, play the carriage, play tactician. By you're going for cave. Well, see, but you can't call it now either, right? I guess you can play the Galleria or the priest this way, so this makes sense. I don't know which of them you would rather play. My guess is for what you're doing, it's the priest. Gallery doesn't really get you much. Unless you want to buy barracks. But I don't think you want to buy barracks. I think you want to buy carriage. And although actually, like, I still think you probably want an ironworks too. Just play all the carriages. Okay, don't discard. Play fisherman. Call on fisherman. Call on fisherman again. Call on fisherman again. I think you need to call on fisherman again here, because you want to play priest, call on the priest. I mean, I guess you could just stop here, would be the other option. But you're going to play priest, you're going to play Galleria, you're going to ironworks some stuff, and then you're going to play tactician, and you need to have a card in your hand at the end of that sequence to discard to your tactician. Maybe drawing another card and getting one more money doesn't actually help you here, though. So you could leave an extra thing on the mat. Oh, you're doing this. That doesn't get you extra buys. The next thing you ironworks will get you more buys. Unless it's a state, but that wouldn't make any sense. Oh, I guess or copper or curse, but those also don't make any sense. I like the scheme. And now you're going to play priest, and you're going to call, and you're going to play tactician, and I don't know what you're going to buy. I mean, my inclination would be like carriage, but I would be a little bit worried that you're not going to draw. But I don't remember what these cards are down here. They can't really be cantrips, though, can they? I mean, I guess I'm worried you're not going to draw regardless. I don't know. I think I'd be looking at like carriage, fisherman here. so far this turn you've thinned 2 cards out of your deck, and you've added no stop cards because you added cantrips. And you can call Fisherman on more of the cantrips. Yeah, I don't know that it's going to be... The draw is so limited that the Priest payload is going to be pretty tough, I think. I really don't like the second Ironworks. I really think it slows you down a lot here. Because you want to be drawing cards, and it's a stop card. You don't need the food for Priest. Certainly not yet. You can get the second one later if you really need it. But I don't know that you're really going to need it at all, because one of them in the Galleria allows you to... just one of them in the Galleria allows you to... I would think Carriage is just better than another Galleria. Oh, you have this Engineer as well? Well, this is too many gainers. This could be very bad for Neqativ. They may not find their other Tactician here. That could lead them to them losing the game. Yeah, I really think they've taken too many gainers. I pretty much just want one. And then you have the extra buys off of the Galleria if you need them to help fuel this Priest payload. On the other hand, I also don't really like the Cave payload. I'm pretty sure these last 2 cards are Priest and Cave, so I don't think I want to discard here. I didn't want to call yet either. Well, I guess, I don't know. What are you wishing for? Yeah, if you're wishing for Fisherman, you should have waited and called on the Fisherman. In fact, I think you need to call on this Fisherman anyway. Or wish for another one and do so then. Oh, I guess what you're doing is this, but now you should Ironworks for a scheme. We do have to... I guess you're probably going to Ironworks for another Cave. Okay, you don't. You're going to have a bunch of money next turn, but not the turn after that. What is your plan to win here? So I don't understand this. I guess the plan to win is piling, using your prodigious number of Gallerias. And you can like pile, I don't know, something and curses. I don't know what something is though. Prodigious. Well, certainly you're going to play a scheme here as Neqativ, right? Oh, I guess you have all these carriages down, but you need to draw, and it's better to draw off scheme than it is to draw off Ironworks, I think. Unless your plan is to empty Ironworks, or empty estates and something, which is maybe possible. Actually, that might work. Although, I don't know if you have enough draw for it. I don't think I want to call any more carriages now. I'm wondering about a pile out on... Well, there are a number of them possible. Okay, so you need to double play Galleria, right? Are we not drawing? We're not drawing. Oh my goodness. Well, this seems really bad. So I'm looking at, like, you could ironworks down those estates, but then what? Like, you can't really empty the curses because that's too many negative points. I don't know. It may have been there. It's very hard for me to tell. I mean, at this point, you're surely... Um, I think you could empty... So I want province, province, estate. Well, maybe you go duchy here. Duchy, estate, curse, engineer. Have a little more money for next turn, as opposed to the points from province. It's one fewer point, but it's more, I don't know, stuff. I have a good feeling about Actually, do I have a good feeling about Lemon being able to win this turn? I mean, I assume you just start on scheme. Okay, you're gonna call. You're gonna call. I mean, if you're winning this turn, then we'll see if they discard here. They do. That doesn't look like a I'm winning this turn play to me. But if you're not winning this turn, what you doing? Although you're gonna have a hard time emptying. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this turn is just not big enough. Oh, you don't even want more money? Okay. Oh, wait. Why didn't we call on this priest? I mean, this is 13 money now. I think I'd rather leave the carriage down than call on Ironworks. So you're going to go province duchy. I assume duchy. I mean, I think duchy still loses, is part of your problem here. But if that's the issue, then I can't really give you any recommendations. Fisherman seems like it's not going to do that much. So you just play the cave just to see what's out there. You play the fisherman. You play the cave just to see what's out there. Although actually, I'd probably play all these carriages before I did any of this stuff. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure Neqativ should be able to pile here. Am I wrong? Okay. 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 We're going for it. I'm pretty sure we have it. So this, scheme, fisherman. Actually, wait, how are we making enough money? What's the third pile? Oh, the third pile is fishermen. So we play fisherman here. We call the carriage on the fisherman because we need the actions. We can trigger a shuffle and get the fisherman cheap. That's hilarious. Pretty sure that works. So you call on the scheme here. Yeah. I don't know. Thanks for watching, everybody.